You know what is so crazy is I feel so out of place filming here. And recently, y'all have been saying in the comments, oh my gosh, you love the lighting, you love the setup. I'm over here like, y'all, it's a kitchen right behind me. I redid my whole little corner of my room. As you guys know, I put that like ugly ass little pampas grass and then I put like little shelves up. And I thought that's cuter. And not y'all complimenting this. I'm like, oh. And then y'all, like so many of you guys are literally saying that the lighting is good, and I'm like, oh my god, my old head has looked like really bad because like the way the light is coming into my brother's living room, it like hits the floor and then bounces up, so therefore it gets under light, which creates dark circles. And I'm like, I don't even have dark circles. Sorry, just had to rant about that just for a quick second because I was like, oh my gosh, not me reading the comments and y'all like this little setup over here, and I'm like, oh, so do you guys not like my original setup? Because that's rude. Not just playing. Anyways, y'all, within today's video, this is kind of going to be an impromptu part 2 video of the whole Vale situation with the Island Boys. I do not, well, I keep on saying the Island Boys because I'm gonna be so for real with you guys. I don't know who is who, because I'm really not too familiar with them. I think the main one, or the one that's like on social media more these days, is Fly, I guess. But y'all, check this out. Can you guys believe that a lot of people within the TikTok comments are actually like siding with him and saying that he's bringing up some very valid points? And I'm sorry, but if you guys know anything about the Island Boys at all, like even when they went viral, they started going on all these podcasts. They're a hot mess. I'm sorry, they really are. Like, I'm sitting over here, like, low key, if I'm being so for with you guys, I feel like they're under the influence every single time that I see them. Like, they're always slurring their words, and I don't think it's just because of their, like, grills in their mouth, but I'm just like, they seem a little bit slow, okay, if I'm being quite honest with you guys. I don't know how of a nice way to say that, y'all, but I'm just kind of like, oh, not them. Actually, always getting called out for the things that they say and the things that they do, and y'all know the weird stuff that they do. I had mentioned it before in my other video. I was like, y'all, it was rumored out there, actually by one of them. They said that they got paid millions of dollars to like make out with each other and film adult content with one another, which I'm like, y'all, that's actual incest. That's, I'm so sorry, y'all, but I can't look past that. To me, that is just so weird. And I'm just kind of like, okay, like, I know, get your bag, right? And everybody this day and age is like, get your bag, get your bag, get your bag. But I'm like, are you really gonna get your bag with your twin brother? That to me is a little bit weird. Okay. Anyways, I think it's such a trip that this fool is over here calling out Vale, and so many people are on his side because he has some actual valid points coming into like Vale's, perspective. And it's so crazy that Vale, to me, I think what it is that she's just so young and she's kind of ignorant. And I'm not saying that as a diss whatsoever because I was super ignorant at that age. Shit, I still even call myself ignorant. Obviously, we look at life sometimes in this lens of we think we know it all. And then as soon as you grow and as soon as you experience more in life, then you start to realize, oh, I wasn't right all along. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like she's so in this moment right now that she just does not see things clear. And I got to keep it real with you guys. Being that she is young and she has 2 kids, it seems like she completely abandoned her kids. And this is where the Island Boy is coming in and like actually trying to talk some sense into her and say like, okay, you should be in the state of which your kids are in. And she's trying to say that she's like making moves or whatever to like make that happen. But if you guys have been following along with the whole Vale situation for quite some time now, y'all know that she like rarely ever sees her kids. And I gotta say, I find it to be really messed up because you know what's really crazy is obviously for a period there, Brianna Olsen and Vale were like known as like best friends. However, everyone just would talk trash about Brianna Olsen being a bad mom. But Vale, if I'm being real with you guys, I feel like is almost worse. Like if you guys don't recall, she literally door dashed her baby where she like dropped her baby off. And y'all, she gets so defensive over that. And she keeps on saying, I waited until my baby daddy came out until I like drove off. But I'm like, if you look at the clip, like she ran to the car and immediately threw that bitch in reverse. So I'm just kind of like, okay, maybe it is true. The door, may have opened. Obviously, we don't see that angle from the Ring camera footage, but I'm just kind of like, nonetheless, that's weird. And she tries to say before that her baby daddy wasn't answering the door, so that's why she like left the kid there. I'm like, obviously it just looks bad. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's going to look really like, oh, you're literally ditching your baby. But then also, y'all know I've been following along with like Vale and Brianna Olsen and all these people within this like little universe over here. And I have to say, you never see her talking about she's going to visit her kids. So I think it's really, really weird. I do want to go ahead and start this off by playing a clip to where the Island Boy is. I love how I'm like literally over here calling him the Island Boy because I'm like, I think his name's Fly, but then I feel like it's more than Fly. Like maybe it's Fly Island Boy. I don't really know. Y'all know I feel like I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, okay? I said in my last video too that I had filmed a couple days ago I was like, oh, I'm not comfortable talking about them. I feel like they are like super, super messy online. And I seen the type of like crew of people that they hang out with. And y'all, I don't know if you guys saw recently. It's so crazy because y'all know I do commentary here on, YouTube. My mom literally is over here like so nervous for me now all of a sudden because I don't know if you guys saw that Vegas situation that happened where this guy got pumed literally while he was live streaming, all because he had some internet beef. And I'm like trying to explain to my mom, I'm like, what I do on the internet is so different. I don't get on the internet and bash anybody. I don't talk shit. Yeah, of course I do throw a little bit of shade just like everybody else. But I'm like, I'm talking about hot topics. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't have any online beef with anybody, so it's totally different. But I do got to keep it real with you guys. I feel like the Island Boys run with that type of crew that kind of would do the same thing as that Vegas guy. So that's why I'm like, I don't ever really feel comfortable talking about the Island Boys because if I'm being quite real with you guys, I don't have very nice things to say. So I'm like, let me steer away from that because they're weird. Y'all watch them run up on me. Oh my gosh. And actually I'm going to be going to Florida soon and I think that they live in Florida. Anyways, I love how I'm literally sitting over here just rambling and rambling and rambling. I am so sorry, y'all, but let me tell you guys, I've just been in a really good mood recently and that makes me want to talk even more, which I know you guys are probably like, unsubscribe, this bitch talks too much. Anyways, y'all, so I'm going to first show you guys this clip right here to where he's actually like trying to, honestly, I feel like he was trying to like give her some good advice, but she just to me seems very hard-headed, very stubborn. Once again, though, I do think that is an age thing because I'm keeping it so real with you guys. When I was that age, I was the same way. Like every time my parents or a friend, somebody would try to like tell me something, I'd be like, no, like I know, like I'm right. I know I'm right. You know what I'm saying? And then you grow up and you realize, oh shit, I was not right. Check out this first clip right here.
He's gonna pay for it, yeah.
I thought you loved him.
Confused.
Yes.
Confused. Why?
Because I thought you loved him.
I do love him, but I will never depend on a man.
Oh my God, she's so lost.
Not a problem. That's so valid. That's so
Period. That's fine. Is that like?
Am I dumbass? Why would I have the man's name in my face?
All right, let's scratch all this. Let's scratch all this.
Like women to be independent because he wants to control.
No,
I will never let a man control me.
wait a minute.
I will never let a man have the opportunity to take something from me.
Exactly.
So that shit will be in my name.
Okay, wait a minute for 1 second, real quick, because remember what we were talking about first. We were talking about why don't you and your man move to Texas because the real estate is low. I'm not talking about women not being.
Let me tell you this. I'm getting an apartment because I'm not living in Texas full time. I'm going to be in Texas when I have my kids because I have a boyfriend. So if I don't have my kids, horrible. How? It's still
because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you exactly why. When your kids come over your house, they should feel homey.
And it will. And it will.
All right.
There y'all saw from right there, he was actually giving some good advice. And I literally had mentioned before in a recent video that I'm like, y'all, Texas be having some bomb ass houses. I was talking about an Astra Vino situation to where like apparently she's living in a Motel 6. And I'm like, she lives in Texas. Like, y'all, I am forever on Zillow looking at houses in Texas. I don't think I can move there. Like, y'all know I'm born and raised in LA. And I'm just kind of like, ooh, I feel like that is just, I don't know, way too far. You know, I'm like literally over here contemplating like moving to Arizona. And I'm like, ooh, that seems a little bit too, different for me. So that's why I'm just kind of like, damn. But I do have to say this though, he has a really good point. If Vale is making some good money right now and her kids are in Texas, like why wouldn't you look into property over there in Texas? I got to keep it real with you guys. This is my opinion. I feel like her and Brianna Olsen, they're stuck in this limelight of they're living in the fast lane right now, meaning that they're like having all the glitz and glam as far as the money and getting to go on these, nice extravagant trips and going to like these parties. And I think that they don't want to fulfill the role of a parent right now, obviously, because that does have a lot of responsibility. And it's so crazy, y'all, because I'm going to keep it so real with you guys. I often think about like, oh, damn, like when I get older, I may be sad not having kids, but I'm keeping it real with you guys. Right now, obviously, I'm like, I would never have kids because I don't want the responsibilities. And I feel like all of these people should have thought of this before. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially because there's so many different types of contraceptives out there that I'm like, if you don't want to be a parent, like, girl, why'd you pop out 2 kids? Like, you very easily could have wrapped it up, you know what I'm saying? And not had these kids. But that's where I'm just kind of like, girl, now that you had the kids, get it together. I got to keep it with you guys, too. It's so crazy that, I don't know if you guys know this, my mom would get so pissed right now if I say this, but it's just the truth, is my mom literally got pregnant at 14 years old, okay? And I have an older sister, by the way. We're literally only 13 years apart. But what I'm saying is about this whole entire thing is that when she had kids at a very young age, obviously she didn't see that happening, but she kicked it into gear and obviously became a mom. She needed to do. Do you know what I'm saying? She didn't like ditch her kids and run off and try to go to parties and things like this. I don't understand why people like Vale and Brianna Olsen just can't get it together. Do you know what I'm saying? And even though they're scrutinized online all the time, you would think that that would, like, you know, resonate in their brains and be like, oh my gosh, I gotta step up and be a parent. I do want to go ahead and play another clip right here. This one's a little bit more lengthy, but the main thing that I wanted to focus on within this clip is that the island boy is actually over here giving some really good advice, because he's talking about the whole court situation, and basically she needs to buckle down and get it together, especially if she is going to be fighting for custody. And that's what I was saying before in the Brianna Olsen situation. I'm like, homegirl, why are you on live acting so crazy and doing all these wild things when you know that you're going through a court case, and these videos obviously can go against you in court? And I think the same thing for Vale. And I just get a little bit like thrown off with the situation, because I'm like, homegirl, you have 2 kids to take care of, and you're over here just ditching them and then acting a fool on the internet. To me, it's kind of crazy, especially when you're going to go to a court case. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's where he does bring up some very valid points. And I swear to God, I never thought that I would ever be agreeing with an island boy, because them fools are tragic. Okay, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please don't come after me, little fly or whatever his name is, because I literally am just keeping it real. Y'all a little weird, okay? And I'm just kind of like, it's crazy that they're actually bringing, or he's actually bringing up some like really valid points. Check this clip out right here.
Okay. You should stay in Texas where your kids is at and co-parent with
I
your
will. We're
with your
going to
baby.
court. He wants to go to court because he doesn't want me to leave with him. When we go to court, it's going to be stated that I can't leave Texas with my
Okay,
kids.
so all right, Vale, let me explain
Whenever
something to you.
I'm in
Vale,
Texas, I'm going to
Vale,
live
let me
with
explain
my kids in my apartment, and then whenever I'm not with my kids, I'm going to be with Jordan in LA. I can choose to do that. I can choose where I want to go. As long as my kids are in Texas, it's fine.
Vale, let me explain something to you. I listen, I want to move to Texas so bad, right? Because the real estate is so good. But if I leave to Texas, I know I'm leaving my daughter.
If I'm not having my kids during that time, I'm doing 50-50. You wouldn't know. I mean, you would know with your son, but not with your daughter. You don't have your daughter. But when you have your daughter, you're going to take care of your daughter, right? Where you have to, because that's what the law is. Whenever you go to court, you have to stay in Texas. So you stay with your daughter in Texas. But when you don't have your daughter, why do you feel like I need to be in Texas if I don't have my kids?
Because I'm gonna tell you why.
It's not like I'm over here in LA
I'm
trying
gonna
to
tell you
keep my
why.
kids. No, listen, you're trying to make it seem like I'm doing wrong. I'm doing right by keeping my kids in Texas because that's where they were born. I could file and move to LA, which probably wouldn't work out, but I'm not choosing.
Vale,
I don't want to do that. I'm doing that.
Vale. Let me talk. Vale, let me talk. I'm gonna tell you why. If you're going through a court situation right now about your child, right? If you're going through that, right?
Thank you.
It would be best in your interest showing that you are trying to show that you're interested in not only wanting to take care of your child, but having custody of your child at your house, at your home, and not traveling so you can have your child majority of the times and make them feel like they're at home.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I'm not.
Oh, okay. So, no. I heard what you said. What's it called? I talked to my lawyer about that, and if they felt like I should be in that, that's why I'm still in LA. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. I don't need to listen. You don't need to listen to people. I listen to my attorney, and that's what she said. Thank you. So,
Valet, but let me ask you a question. What happened to your motherly instincts?
if I didn't want my kids, I wouldn't file. I would just give up. That's not what I did. So what are you talking about?
But Valet, but like I'm okay. How old is your kids, by the way?
I have a 1-year-old and a 7-month-old.
When a baby's 7 months old, right now I have a 4-month-old in my house right now. When you have a 7-month-old, right? You have no idea how much they need their mother.
By the way, can I just point out that it's so hilarious that like so many people, including 2K as well as Fly, cannot say her name right. I'm like, it's Vale. Like, why can't you say that? They call her like valet, like a parking valet. You know what I mean? Every single time it's like valet. I'm like, are you pulling up a car or what? Anyways, I do have to say, this little beef that they got going on right now, obviously you guys can tell that Vale was like irritated and she's pressed. But I think the truth of the matter is people don't like hearing the truth. You know what I'm saying? When somebody's keeping it real with you and it's not something that you want to hear, obviously you're going to be defensive, you're going to be a little bit on attack mode, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like she's in that stage right now to where she really does think she knows it all. And I gotta keep it real with you guys, like her being around Jordan, I don't know if that's like the best thing for her, because he kind of seems like a mess to me. I am so sorry. Like, maybe I don't know him well enough. Maybe I haven't seen enough of his own, like, personal content. But from what I have seen of, like, the clips that I see him on live, well, he's, you know, on TikTok and whatnot, I'm like, he seems kind of, I'm so sorry. And I really do feel like he's probably not helping her make those steps that she needs to be a better parent. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, we don't know what's said behind the scenes, although I do have to say this from what we have seen before. It seems like Vale is, not the best mom out there. And I'm so sorry to say that. I do think that she can change, and I hope that she changes, obviously, for her kids. But like right now, the dad has sole custody, which I think is so crazy, y'all. I'm so sorry. But until like the whole Brianna Olsen situation had happened and now the Vale situation, I'm like, I always see the mom getting primary custody of the kids. And I'm like, damn, both of these girls don't have primary custody of their kids, which I think is crazy. Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.